Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center. To all you 8 billion of you, to those sitting on their ships in the outer reaches of the universe, to those not in their ship, but watching, tuning in for this broadcast, welcome to the world of magic and miracles, to your world of magic and miracles. And even as I say those words, we stop time. Everything disappears that's connected to any trouble, to any worry, because in the world of magic and miracles, there are only magic and miracles. And every aspect of all the beings on the planet and that are tuned in from the outer reaches of the universe knows this and lives this and walks with a smile on their face and a laugh in their heart, because there is never anything wrong in your world of magic and miracles. There's only moments of wow, oh my, did you see that? Did you feel that? Did you hear that? And all those responses are accompanied with a smile and sometimes a look of shock, because what you see, you can't believe. And what you hear and feel, you can't believe. And you may be the only one who's experiencing that in that moment. And more, you're beginning to know that it's real and that you're always in the world of magic and miracles. And there'll just be more and more and more. So welcome, everyone. And I'll be the first to take an opportunity to wish the mothers happy Mother's Day for this upcoming Sunday, and to say thank you to all the mothers, those who have birthed children, and those mothers who have not, those mothers who have raised their own children or helped raise other children. For that nurturing is in every woman. And so You have mothered many. Sometimes you've even mothered your husband or partner, and that's not a good thing. But that's a topic for another show. But thank you. And I wish all of you an early happy Mother's Day and weekend. And knowing that that energy will be felt all over this country and all over the planet. I was out at the store before I came here, and I just kind of stood and watched so many beautiful, amazing beings. I felt like I was in the hangar, the airport hangar of the galactic transport, where there are beings from all over coming and going and coming and going, all unique, all beautiful, all amazing, and feeling the energy of each one's origin, where they're from, and the beauty of where they're from, and how they're dancing to their own origin. It was a really special feeling to stand back and watch and see each one moving in their uniqueness, dressed differently, some tall, some short, all perfect. And on this planet that we live in, live on Earth, there are so many layers to everything that's happening. And many times we react to something because we're not far enough away from it to have a different perspective. And that far enough away from it is the elevated platform and beyond. It's your origin. It's at the right hand of the Creator. If you look at even as things are on this planet, in this reality, you could liken it to having a company, a restaurant, and there are those who are waiters and waitresses and hostesses and bartenders, chefs, managers, all the way to the owner. And one of those hostesses or waiters, they may have a reaction to something and it has a big effect on their world. But the owner, who's sitting much further back, is not affected because he or she sees the big picture. They know all the details of the plan for the company to succeed. And as that waiter stays in the company and becomes a manager, they then have a different view. of something they would have reacted to as a waiter. So each step you move further away, you have more clarity and you have more information. So a lot of things that happen on this planet cause a reaction, and they cause a reaction based on how close you are to that incident. So if you step onto that elevated platform, knowing the plan for all humanity, you can just smile. Because just as that owner knows the business is going to succeed because he or she had a plan, so is the plan for humanity. And even though small things will show up, or big things, according to your reality, to cause you to react, know that the owners have put a plan in place. And you are one of those owners. You've just forgotten. Because you have assisted in creating the plan. And continue to remember that and remind yourself and remind others. Because many are the opportunities to be drawn back in to the reaction that is so far below the beauty of your plan. And as you continue to move forward, you'll continue to bring your plan onto the planet. For as I said earlier, there's nothing wrong. And only your connection with this aspect of yourself allows you to be affected by the circumstances that show up in this dimension. Until you step into yourself as creator, you will react to what's happening below you. And from that position of the waiter or waitress, you don't have the intel to really know. You can't look at even your neighbor's home and know what's really going on based on a moment. You certainly can't look at the White House or the government or the president and know, for there's levels and levels and levels that are happening, and those levels are still underneath you. Because you are the creator. So stand outside of yourself for this moment. All 8 billion of you. And feel yourself as creator. And then watch the smile come on your face. Because there's nothing wrong. And until you arrive at this place, there'll be opportunities presented to you to remind you. And it'll be your choice to decide to be creator, to not follow someone else, to know that it's you. And that's who Buddha was and Jesus. They came to tell you it's you. So messages are sent. Your life is turned upside down. There's change. All to take you home where you are creator. It's always you. It's always you. What if I told you that you are perfect? What if I told you that you are brilliant? What if I told you that you are harmonious? What if I told you that you were the one, that you were perfection, that you were the sun? What if I told you that I see through your fright, that you're brilliantly brilliant behind your eyes, so much light? What if I told you that all the beauty I see is pouring out from your heart when you decide to just be yourself with a smile on your face, a sparkle in your eye? You change the world with your grace. What if I told you that you have all you need? Health, wealth, and love, all inside your own being. And what if I told you that, like Jesus, you are the light of the world, a bright, shining star? I've come here to tell you how brilliant you are, how perfect, how beautiful you've traveled so far. To share all your gifts with a smile on your face, so magnificent you are beyond all time and space. Yes, I've come here to tell you, I see you inside your heart. Please believe me when I tell you, you've been brilliant from the start. Float among the clouds and walk amongst the stars. Untether yourself from all gravitational influence and gently, at the speed of light, return to the playground of your origin. There, you only know yourself as majestic. There, you know yourself as source. Rest there for a moment and feel the essence of your eternal magnificence. And look back and see the utter perfection of everything that has ever been created, destroyed, and created again. Now say goodbye once again to your origin and ride the highway that has been there for eons to take you to and fro in the time it takes to blink your eyes. And as you return, know that there has never been created one like you, with gifts of magic and miracles to free all humankind. But it's your smile and the power that it generates that is your greatest gift. And it is the one that can never be duplicated by any other species ever created. In that one moment when you smile, you are connected to everyone, and the power that is generated is immeasurable. When one smiles at you, the whole world is smiling at you. 7 billion beings, all through our connectedness. And when you truly receive it, you can barely keep from passing out. It is a mystery of mysteries that will never fully be understood, but there is a new level of understanding through your own experiences that is now coming forward to bring you to a higher level of your power. Stay amongst the stars and view all things from the elevated platform of living. For from that perspective and from that seeing, you become the true observer, where nothing and no one can affect you. And from there, you can do what you came here to do, to show everyone how truly magnificent they are and the majesty of their being and the world beyond worlds that they know as home. Imagine you could create the world from what's inside your heart. Imagine You could write the script. I wonder where you'd start. Would you start by making the oceans clean and produce enough water to keep everything green? Would you make sure the air that we breathe would always be fresh and would always be clean? Would you make sure the land never ingested toxins or pesticides, allowing its bounty of food to make us feel good inside? Would you make sure all people had enough money to live? And would you make sure they all had enough money to give? Or maybe you would eliminate money altogether, a simple barter exchange, no more rich and poor structure. Would you make sure all people would remember who they are, know the beauty of their magnificence before they took on their scars? Would you let them always display their amazing capacity to love? No anger, hate, or judgment, just like the Creator above. Would you make sure every person could pursue their passion in life, remove all requirements except to follow your light? Would you release all the animals from the role that they've played, their autonomy restored, their true brilliance displayed? Would you make the plants sparkle with an iridescent glow by day and by night so they could put on a show? Would you bring forth the music that comes straight from the spheres, the vibration of source that all humanity could hear? From the home of your origin, yes, these are your gifts. You are making this world in your image, just like this. So the answer is yes. You have done these things and more. We no longer have to imagine. They have arrived at our door. You only need look through the eyes of your home as all things are made new, creating a world you've always known. Barbara had a beautiful broadcast this Sunday. Part of the title was Welcome Home. And I join her in welcoming you home. After the broadcast, late in the evening, after we had dinner, we noticed the light was different outside. And we all stepped outside because it was way past sunset. In most of the areas, you could only see darkness and the light of the city. And as I looked up, there was a new light that would have been impossible to be there because it was dark. And the light had a bluish tint. But it was almost like the sunrise in the morning. And the birds were singing as if it was morning. and it was almost between 8:30 and 9 o'clock at night. And as I looked and we all looked, we could feel a new light coming over the horizon. You couldn't tell where it was coming from, but it felt as though it was coming over the horizon. And as I looked at the light and the sky, all of a sudden I saw a star. I didn't know it was a star because it was unusual that it appeared where there was still light. And I saw red blinking, and I thought it was a plane. And I looked away, and I looked back a while longer, and Genya, who was standing there with me, said, "That star is still there." And she saw blinking red too. And we both knew that it was our friends who came with the light. And then I saw another star and another in the light. That's where we are now. I'm just going to speak my poem to you now, where the invitation came from. You are awesome, amazing, magnificently bright, knowing all things, one with all things, the source of all light. You chose to come here and experience this duality, but deep down inside, you know your royalty. When you're ready to remember all that is you, your eyes will be open to all that is true. Don't you know who you are? Don't you know who you are? Don't you know who you are? Don't you know? You're a bright shining star. You have come from so far. Don't you know who you are? Don't you know? But until you choose to remember all that you are, judge no one's path as you watch from afar. For like you, they are living all they are not until they return to the light that they forgot. You can't know who you are till you know who you're not. You got to lose what you know before you know what you've got. You are me. I am you. I am God. So are you. Don't you know who you are? Don't you know? You're a bright, shining star. You have come from so far. Don't you know who you are? Don't you know? You are awesome, amazing, magnificently bright, knowing all things, one with all things. You're the source of all light. And now I wish you a perfect life, perfect health, and a magic and miracles future. Thank you.